Hello everyone, friends. And the question is, why do we fall in love? How does energy affect the feeling of love? In other words, love is nothing more than chemistry, a certain internal chemistry, a secretion of certain hormones by our glands into our blood, the recognition of which gives us a feeling of euphoria, a feeling of love, a feeling of this floating state, a pleasant state that brings us joy and happiness. I will mention at this point a crucial aspect, potentials. Potentials, because they are the determining factors that influence the production of this hormone, the coincidence and alignment of this key element in the process. Yes, appearance is highly significant. The image is also a type of key, a form of fundamental key, a sort of mechanism that enables an individual to identify another individual. And this image includes these mechanisms. But not only the image includes these mechanisms. Frequently, they are activated precisely by recognizing the potential that exists. Potential is an abstract concept. It is unclear what exactly it is, what potential is. Kinetic potential, mechanical, energetic, what else? That is, what potential? In reality, I am referring to potential as a type of seed, a tendency towards something. Firstly, I observe that there are specific situational series. There is a particular, let's say, pre-existing program that has already been written and is in place for use. For an individual, it can take several weeks in the future or days. An individual may be ahead for a lifetime. For someone, it can be lifelong, but not linear. There are key points. Everything depends on the soul, its level of realization, that's its program. From her forward motion. Let's say we are considering an aspect that is more appropriate for 90% of the Earth's population. This is a fully scripted production with slight variations, a non-linear plot, but it is entirely composed and meticulously scripted from start to finish. In this context, when meeting your partner, the holograms in which he participates, the potential where this person participates in your life, although not yet participating, in the future will participate, is recognized by the Anahata chakra as knowledge that you have several years of joint holographic experiences ahead with this person. The recognition of this potential triggers and involves these underlying mechanisms. There might be other mechanisms indeed, that is, it's possible that you, in a manner of speaking, have already somewhat familiarized yourself there, yes, to specific sensations, to specific feelings, yes to financial potential. And when you encounter an individual, you identify in them a good, substantial financial potential. Yes, and the identical mechanisms begin to activate internally. Maybe you enjoyed a particular cloak during your childhood, and now you encounter an individual wearing that exact garment in those exact surroundings, and the identical sensation of affection starts to awaken. But be that as it may, it is necessary to understand that first of all, it is a signal from the brain to the glands to produce certain hormones. And the second point is the perception of these hormones by the structure, and at the moment of their production, a certain sensation is created, which of course is highlighted on the astral plane by a certain orange, a certain background, which a knowledgeable person always recognizes. A seer always sees what kind of energy it is, what its spectrum is, and what it is about. In the natural world, we frequently observe that these mechanisms generally work and operate on a certain temporal aspect or element. It's time, spring has come, the mechanisms have started, the feeling of love has started, the search for a partner has begun. In my belief, there is no existence of a love that is more elevated. I think that's what I firmly hold to be true. That is, everything is simple. There is a mind, and it is at the head of everything. This mind gives the first signal. So you perceive the image with your mind, and this image serves as the key that activates the mechanism. Yes, even Buddha himself expressed during those times that the most captivating image for a man's consciousness is the image of a woman, and for a woman's consciousness, the image of men presents a problem that needs to be addressed. I genuinely perceive it in that manner. That is to say, deeply embedded in our subconscious, deeply ingrained in our psyche, we possess fundamental mechanisms, basic mechanisms of engagement, which operate in this particular manner and shape our perception of reality. Yes, it is evident that with the growth of the social sphere and the transformation of the social structure, money has gained significant importance in our society. Recognizing this aspect can also involve considering these mechanisms specifically involved in the process at hand. And I will not be surprised that individuals are loved for their wealth, for their potential. In my view, I believe this signifies the progress moving forward. This is an inevitable and undeniable fact of the ongoing development process, and we will see it more and more. In the end, this will become the absolute norm. What more is there to say? Having obliterated all the enchantment of love, I believe this is the true nature of our world. Everything is truly uncomplicated. And any magic, any of these incomprehensible, magical, absolutely mystical elements, they actually possess their own regularity. It is simply that a person within the sphere of their ignorance does not yet have knowledge of these laws and is unaware of the existence of these underlying principles. And that is the reason why he believes there is a magical, mystical realm of some mysterious love or something that is generally mysterious and unexplainable. Yet as I immerse myself in the realm of spirituality, in the realm of searching, having walked a certain path, I increasingly realize that there is an undeniable reality to what exists. And there are certain laws of interaction for this. Knowledge of these laws allows us to understand that having this input, having these potentials, we will have this output. Accordingly, an individual who genuinely understands how to control and manipulate energy has the ability to rapidly generate a sense of love in any individual. Very easy and quick. Simultaneously, an individual will experience a sense of astonishment. In reality, this is the real deal, and this is precisely it. And as Don Juan said, black magicians are ordinary people who do not know the power of their consciousness, who do not know the power of their mind. They simply wander around and cast curses, just roam and cast negative or positive thoughts, which can still be detrimental and have a harmful impact on an individual or another person, irrespective of whether the thoughts are negative or positive in nature, due to the fact that in actuality, let us say, the condition of happiness, ecstasy, and love is an imbalanced state of being that lacks equilibrium, stability, and harmony. This is a condition of severe distortion of the endocrine system. And if an individual remains in this condition for an extended period, their health starts to deteriorate rapidly, up to certain oncological processes, as well as certain other processes in which the body, through discharging, gives away its potentials. And this applies to both the heart and the nervous system. In fact, there is a well-established concept of neurotransmitters and their crucial role in facilitating communication within the body. It's a very terrible feeling when the hormone should be produced, and as it is produced, it should trigger these neurotransmitters, but they are already gone. This is an awful sensation of absolute emptiness, a person who is completely empty inside. Under no circumstances, friends, do not approach or try to reach this. Be vigilant, control your happiness. Strive to attain balance. Make sure you are capable of closing the door and staying in a state of balance with the resources at hand, thereby ensuring the ability to reopen it whenever necessary without any constraints or difficulties. You do not have to believe everyone who says that happiness is the sole thing you require and you can experience happiness with a beloved person under a bushy tree. You will not be happy with a cute person under a bush, I assure you. Well, after the first 3 months, you realize that even with someone cute under the bush, it's not cool. Better something else. Love, I believe, is chemistry, first and foremost. This is chemistry. And mechanisms, all mechanisms of activation of this chemical process, in principle, can really give certain feelings of love, feelings of happiness and joy. But not all of them, so to speak, are in a state of harmony. Not all of them are accurate. Not all of them we can simply take and utilize. You need to comprehend what you are doing and how, and what occurs afterward. That is the most crucial thing. What will happen next? Therefore, I believe that it is necessary to meditate, One must learn through understanding one's own inner world, through one's own silence, through one's own satisfaction, recognizing oneself, to come to one's state of happiness. Having found him, it is necessary to close him. At that very peak moment where you can fall into it and die, and supposedly enlighten. You need to find the strength within yourself to collapse it at this very moment. Then you will truly embark on the path. On the path that will provide you with development in an energetic sense, not only in illusory and incomprehensible dimensions, but also in tangible real-life experiences. What I consider more valuable and important: transform yourself, transform the society around you, transform the life around you. Do something really good for yourself and for the world around you. So friends, light to everyone and love, happiness, and goodness. Meditate with us. Come to retreats. I will show you everything. Thank you all. Goodbye, everyone.